Previously on Ripping Packs.
It's the Invicta. Is that Padilla? Not Padilla? Yeah, Pedro Pineda. Pedro Pineda for the A's with the Invicta. Green, it's the lava, it looks like. First Bowman, Rockies pitcher. Is it going to be your first autograph? First autograph. Aha. Numbered to 199, 115 to 189. McCade Brown. On card auto with the green lava. McCade, you are a third rounder out of Illinois. Oh, geez, that came up real quick. I wasn't expecting that. Well, our second autograph is another pitcher. Another Rockies pitcher. The guy I talked about earlier, Joe Rock. We got two autographs now. One more. And they're both pitchers. Oy vey, oy vey. Quite possibly our last autograph, so being tomorrow, is going to be fruitless. It's a first. Angels, meaning it's a pitcher. Oh my God, Backman. Sam Backman. Wow, that is our 3 pitcher autos. Pitcher autos for days! Numbered 499. First rounder for the Angels. Hey, upside, maybe he'll be in the bigs here, but 3 pitcher autos. Yeah. So guess what, guys? We have 6 packs left and no autos. So hopefully we get some friggin' cool parallels.
Hi there. I'm Craig Michelson, and I just got back into the hobby after more than 15 years away. Join me as I reconnect with the hobby, one pack at a time. Now let's rip some packs.
Yep, that was yesterday. 3 autos and all pitchers and 2 Rocky pitchers, and yeah, I mean the only bright shining star at all that was the Angels pitcher was at least the first round pick for them. So yeah, the Invicta was nice, but it's time to now see what the remnants of the box. We got 6 more packs left here of 2021 Bowman draft. What are we hoping for now? We're hoping for some good parallels. Maybe a couple inserts. Realistically, autos are gone. They could be an anomaly, but you never know. Are you ready to go? Let's go. Wait a minute. Gosh darn it. Hold on. You know it. You love it. You bell that. And comment. You saw yesterday's episode probably. If you didn't, go back and watch it because, yeah, maybe learn something, or maybe you learn there's pitchers autos, and like it's 65% clip pitchers autos in these things. Yeah, so lesson learned. Yeah, leave a comment. I don't know which, just leave a comment. Who in here? Who are you prospecting? Or have I told you somebody you're like, oh, I'm gonna look into that guy, he might be good? Because trust me, I'm doing that myself. After I pull a card, I'm like, who is that guy? Hey, he looks kind of good. He looks tall. He looks like he might be a power hitter. Anyway, are you ready to go? Good. Here we go. The Remnants, part 2 of the Bowman draft. Jumbo Rip. Are you ready? Pack number 1 of part 2, otherwise known as pack 7. We got, again, I'll just run through the top, 32 cards inside of here. I think there's 6 chrome, 2 refractors, and an insert or whatnot. Again, we have pulled our autograph. So now it's time to let's just sink or swim now. It's sink or swim, and right now it's sinking. You ready? Ripping packs, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Okay, now I did, before I continue on, TJ White, I'm so sorry, and Benny Montgomery, awesome. Again, I did pay, I should have done this before, $370 from Frank J's boxes, this guy right here, and he did hook me, I mean, that's his normal price, I mean, but they're all gone now, and I know this is roughly, I think, at $500 at Blowout. So that said, the prices are going to keep going up, even though a lot of the really good superfractors and really high-numbered autograph cards have been pulled. So just a heads up. I do have some light. I will be opening light tomorrow, Hobby Light. No guaranteed autographs, but those black and white Ray Waves, which look kind of cool. Anyway, are you ready? Good. Here we go. And we're doing a lot to camera. TJ White, first Bowman for the Washington Nationals. And I'm going to keep with tradition of yesterday's episode. This is a new rip in a sense, so I'm going to continue telling stories. But TJ White, we saw Benny Montgomery. TJ White was a 5th rounder out of Spartanburg, South Carolina. Benny Montgomery, 1st round pick for the Rockies. I like him. Reminds me of him and Zach Veen. If they play proper, if they move up properly, they're going to be a crazy good outfield for the Rockies. Benny Montgomery going into the 1st. Maddox Bruns, 1st Bowman for the Dodgers. He was the number 1 pick for them this season. I want to say a high school kid out of Alabama, right? Yeah, high school Alabama. Then Freddie Valdez for the Red Sox with the prospect card. Jake Fox, did not pull him yesterday. 1st Bowman for the now Guardians. And Jake, would you like to tell us what round you got drafted in? You, my friend, were drafted in the 3rd round out of Lakeland, Florida. Little known fact, Lakeland is the spring training home of the Detroit Tigers. Well, if you're a Detroit Tiger fan, you know that. Jordan Adams, prospect card for the Angels. I want to say 2018 or 2019 was his first card. Joe Mack, the 1st round pick for the Marlins. Catcher, he was a compensation pick. So he's up from upstate New York. And then Orelvis Martinez, I do prospect this guy big time. He was high A this year. He's about 19 years old, and the guy is going to be, he's a masher. He's going to be really awesome to watch. Drew Gray, pitcher for the Cubs, 1st Bowman. He's a pitcher, you can tell because he's on the mound throwing a baseball. And you know what, Drew, you were a 3rd rounder out of Missouri. Max Meyer, the number 3 overall pick last year in the draft, 2020 draft was his 1st Bowman. He'll start the year probably in AAA, and Marlins have lots of arms. There's a guy I'm high on right here, Christian Encarnacion Strand, 3rd baseman, 1st baseman out of Oklahoma State, and he's actually from the West Coast. The guy's a friggin' pure hitter. He's a sleeper in my opinion. The only reason he's a sleeper, he's just turned 22, so he's a little on the older side, and you watch my channel, you know I'm a little on the age thing. He's a little older, but the guy can hit. I am kind of picking his cards up. Yohendrick Pinago for the Cubs. His 1st Bowman was in Bowman Chrome this year. Lots of autographs for him. They're all over the interwebs. Then we got our Chrome, so let's go to the back. We did get a Genesis insert. Misiel Urbina for the Twins with the prospect card. And you'll notice with all of these, Chase McDermott for the Astros. A lot of these are prospects and guys you've never heard of. If you watch my channel, you know I've heard of some of these guys. But they're people you're like, who? It's not like basic Bowman where you're going to have names you're aware of. They're going to be the top prospects, like Bobby Witt, Julio Rodriguez, guys like that, Torkelson. They're going to be in here. But you're not going to get the guys who just got called up or who are rookies. They're done with Bowman draft. He's with the Astros, by the way. I think I told you. Errol Vera, shortstop for the Angels with the prospect card. Kai Bush, 1st Bowman for the Angels. I want to say he was a 2nd rounder for them. Yeah, I mentioned yesterday. Angels, they had 20 picks in the draft. All of them were pitchers. That's how bad their pitching is. They said, screw it, we're going to throw 20 flyers out there and see what comes back. Yeah, that's how pathetic it was. Yep, 2nd round out of Ogden, Utah. Former home of the, Orem Owls was their rookie league affiliate. Helio Ramos for the Giants. He was last year in AA. He's a good one, but he's just kind of, I think COVID's kind of screwed him up because he should have been to AAA by the end of this year, by last year. Carter Jensen, catcher for the Royals. I think he was a 2nd or 3rd rounder out of Missouri. So, yeah. And we'll find out here in a second. And, 3rd rounder out of Kansas City. So, local boy, came home. Shane Panzini, pitcher for the Royals. Another Royals farmhand. And guess what, Shane? You were in the 4th round. Grayson Rodriguez, a pitcher for the Orioles. This is a guy I do prospect. He's one of the few pitchers. I think he's in like 8th overall of top prospects in baseball. Just in power, 6'5" beast of a guy on the mound. Mason Black, 1st Bowman for the Giants. Yeah, he throws baseballs. And Mason, where did you come from? Came from Pennsylvania in the 3rd round. Diego Cartaya for the Dodgers. The Dodgers just keep producing quality catchers. That's just what they do. Well, I mean, honestly, at that point, you know, he's probably about I think he was at Rancho Cucamonga this year, so that's A-ball. So he still has another at least 2 years. But yeah, now by that time, Austin Barnes will be gone. Jordy Barley, shortstop for the Nationals, pulled him yesterday, and I actually know nothing about this guy, so I will have to read up on him. And there's our Yohinder Pinago. So our first chrome is going to be Mason Miller, pitcher for the A's, with the first chrome going into the first chrome pile. And Mason, you are the third round pick out of Pittsburgh. Put you down here. Then Asa Lacy for the Royals. He was the number 4 overall pick last year. Don't remember. I think it was Texas A&M. I could be wrong, but I think he ended the year in Double-A. So he might probably start in Double-A and then work his way to Triple-A. Blaze Jordan. Do I need to say anything else? Actually, I will. He's a collector, just like you and me and everybody else who's watching this. He's actually a collector, and on Twitter he went ahead and showed like a bunch of his PSA cards, and he's like I said, he's just like you and me. The dude has PSA 8s and 9s, and that's pretty sweet because honestly, I don't need high rollers to sit there and show me their RPA 101s and stuff like that. It's nice to see, you know, somebody like that. Pretty cool. Blaze Jordan, and he's obviously a masher. Joe Mack with the first chrome. I already talked about Joe. Owen Kellington, pitcher, first Bowman for the Pirates. And Owen, tell me a story. Where are you from? You are from the 4th round out of Vermont. Manuel Rodriguez for the Twins with the prospect card. Then we have our Genesis here. Our Genesis is going to be that's Sal Frelick. Sal Frelick for the Brewers. He was first rounder, speedster, out of Boston College, I want to say. It could be, yeah, I think Boston College. But the guy is legitimately, he's got some speed, and Milwaukee's kind of a solid defensive outfield out there. Going into the inserts, and then our refractors are Kyle Manzardo for the Rays, first Bowman, refractor. And a prospect of Tyler Soderstrom, who I do like. And Marzado was a second rounder of Coeur d'Alene. And then Tyler Soderstrom with the prospect chrome refractor. So we got one insert, did not get any color in that. But yeah, that's just kind of how it's been going lately. All right, pack number 2 of part 2, a Bowman draft. Let's go. Hopefully this is not a dog of a box because yeah. Owen Kellington, we already showed you him. There's his first in paper format. Frank Mazzucato, first Bowman for the Royals. Frank, you went in the first round out of Connecticut. 6'3", 175 pounds. It looks like he's got a Max Fried type build. Dustin Sains, first Bowman for the Nationals. Another lefty pitcher. There's a lot of pitchers drafted because you never know with that stuff. He was in the 4th round out of Corpus Christi, college kid. Heston Kierstad, who still has not played an inning of professional baseball. He's taking batting practice right now in Florida. That's just what he's doing. He's coming back from a heart issue. Andrew Mojica, third baseman for the Pirates. He is a prospect that I know nothing about. Happens. This guy, you may have heard of him. Jason Dominguez. He's the flavor of the month, flavor of the year, I should say. Somebody already pulled the Superfractor of Invicta from him, but yeah, Jason did okay. I mean, what do you expect? The guy's like 18 years old and he's still learning how to play baseball, but he knows how to play. He's just like learning at the pro level. But yeah, I don't need to say anything else. You all know who he is. Malcolm Nunez, third base prospect for the Cardinals. Again, same thing. Sorry, guys. Then we have Jose Torres for the Reds, shortstop with the first Bowman. Jose, enlighten the viewers of Ripping Packs. What round were you drafted in? You were drafted in the 3rd round out of the Dominican Republic. What the hell? Huh. Oh. He went to Maryland High School. That's what happened. He moved to America and went to Maryland High School. Jeremy De La Rosa out of the Nationals. His first Bowman was in 2021 base this year. Then Michael Morales, first Bowman for the Mariners. I want to say he was a third rounder because I pulled him yesterday. And guess what? Michael Morales, you, my friend, were on the third round. Gunnar Henderson for the Orioles. I do prospect him. Good quality shortstop. Reminds me a lot of Nomar back in the day. Who knows? He's like 6'3", but he's not as rangy as Nomar. But his bat, he's got a solid bat there. Going in the prospect pile. Ryan Spikes, second baseman. First Bowman for the Tampa Rays. And the one thing about Tampa is they know how to draft and develop guys. Tampa, Toronto, San Diego, teams like that, because they have a smaller budget, even though Toronto throws money, they really develop well. Ryan is we're going to get to you in a minute because we're at the Chrome section. Brady House from the Nationals, first round pick for them, his first Bowman. The guy looks legit, and he's actually one autograph people are pissed off that did not make the checklist because he was mediocre in his first pro season, but he's got a lot of expectations. A lot of scouts are high on him, and he was number 11 overall. Brady House. Logan Henderson, another pitcher for the Brewers, and they just keep drafting pitchers, and they probably know what they're doing. That's another team that develops and drafts well. Logan Henderson. And he was in the fourth round. Chad Dallas, first Bowman for the Blue Jays. It's too bad that the Texas Rangers aren't called the Dallas Rangers or whatever, because then Chad Dallas could play for them. Chad, where are you from, though? You're from Texas. Fourth round. Pete Crow Armstrong with the base for the Cubs. He's originally a Met, traded for the Javi Baez deal, first rounder last year out of Harvard Westlake, which is right down the road. And if you did not know, which I assume you do, Harvard Westlake also produced Max Fried, Jack Flaherty, and Lucas Giolito. Literally, they were all on the same team together. Jacob Steinmetz, first Bowman for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Interesting fact on him is he's the first Hasidic Jew to actually get drafted. I don't know about playing, but I think the first one to actually get drafted and play professional baseball. He is in the third round out of Queens. J.J. Bleday for the Marlins, the eternal prospect for them. He had a great Arizona fall league, and so it'll be interesting to see what happens with him. Very likely he'll start the year at AAA, but he's definitely going to be expedited quick to Miami. Going in the prospects. Sam Bachman. The bane of my existence right now because I pulled his auto yesterday when I needed a hitter. 3 pitchers autos. Could have given you one. I could have got one hitter. I would have been happy with that. Sam Bachman. Number 1 overall pick for the Angels. No, number 1 overall, but the number 1 pick for the Angels. Bryce Miller for the Mariners. First Bowman. One guy I haven't got so far is Henry Ford, and that's their Mariners first round pick. Bryce Miller, you are a 4th rounder out of Texas. You know, it's Texas, California, Florida, a lot of those areas, Georgia. That's where a lot of these guys come from. Ryan Cusick, first Bowman for the Braves. Don't know, but I'll tell you a little bit about him. And he was drafted in number 1, 24th overall out of college. Sal Frelick, we already talked about him. His first Bowman, he was the number 15th overall, I believe. Miguel Geraldo, shortstop, second baseman for the Blue Jays. I think they just go ahead and get any middle infielder and just draft them and grab them and say, like, yep, well, we're full here, but you want to play left field? That's probably what they did with this guy. Prospect. Don't know who he is, though. Ryan Spikes, well, we just got him a bit ago. But Ryan Spikes, yeah, going in the first Bowman pile. Oh, yeah, we got him because he was right there. Oh, do we have we got a white thing coming up. Okay, so Ryan Spikes, we already pulled. So our first Chrome is going to be Ivan Herrera for the Cardinals, the soon-to-be replacing Yadier Molina when he retires. His first Bowman was 2020 Chrome, going in the prospects. Mason Black for the Giants, first Bowman. We did pull you a bit ago, going into the first Bowman Chrome pile. Calvin Ziegler for the Mets. First Bowman Chrome, and you were drafted in the second round out of Ontario. Another Henry Davis Chrome, I'll take it. I pulled one yesterday and I pulled a Refractor, but Henry Davis, number 1 overall pick by the Pirates. Catcher, strong arm, pretty good defensively. He was kind of the value pick for them because they wanted to get a guy they can guaranteed sign He's he'll be he's a decent bat. It's hard to project where he will end up really as a catcher. He's not like Adley Rutschman. Adley's a switch hitter and just a strong body. So I don't know the story on him that much. I mean, I read it's not that he's a bad player at all. It's just that thing is like it may have been just like, well, we're gonna draft him because we know we can sign him, trade. I mean, we can get him on the Pirates and it'll be a good pick for us. One of those types of things. Then Peter Hubeck, pitcher, first Bowman for the Dodgers. I do have a white card here, so I'm going to scoot to the back because I don't know what the deal is with that. We have a draft night card of Marcelo Meyer for the Red Sox. Number 4 overall pick for them, out of Eastlake. I want to say Eastlake High School in Canada, not Canada, but California. The same high school that Adrian Gonzalez went to. And he's legit. Our first refractor of the pack is Aaron Zavala, first Bowman, outfielder for the Rangers. I think it was Zavala, he was a second round pick, but the guy can hit, and it's going to be interesting to see what he can do. Rangers have a lot of quality players, but he's an interesting one, and I do like him. He's definitely a guy, and it's nice to pull his refractor. And then Garrett Mitchell, former UCLA and Orange Lutheran standout. He'll be I think he'll start the year AAA, and then he'll work his way up to the bigs. He's going to be up there probably in June, maybe July. Again, it all depends on injuries and what the Brewers need. And our white card here is a prospect. What the heck is that? The Rockies. It's a McCade Brown. I just pulled you yesterday. Wow, I just pulled this dude yesterday. Autograph. You couldn't give me a parallel number 1 of 25. So that's what the orange parallels look like. Couldn't give me a guy, maybe a hitter. You gave me a pitcher. The best. You gave me the friggin' Aqua Lava, which is an awesome looking card. It's hard to get. Yeah, number 1 of 25. Again, it's a nice looking card, but come on, God bless it. You couldn't give me a hitter. So that's our orange 1 of 25. All right, we're down to our last 4 packs. Pack number 3 of Bowman Draft 2021. Let's go. This box is gonna kill me. It's gonna kill me. Jake Fox, first Bowman for the Guardians. But we already pulled him, so yeah. It was like, what, 3rd rounder from Lakewood, Florida? I don't know. Jordan Adams for the Angels going into the prospects. Peter Hubeck, first Bowman for the Dodgers. I'm not aware of him, so what's your story, Peter? Actually, don't track too much. I'm not like that much of a fan where I'm like, who did we draft? Who is he? I kind of just like let the process happen. Peter Hubeck was a 3rd rounder out of Maryland, high school kid. Eduardo Garcia, shortstop for the Brewers with the prospect card. Donta Williams, first Bowman, outfielder for the Orioles. And don't know who he is, but Donta, that's a football name. Donta Freeman, Donta Foreman. Donta, you were a 4th rounder out of Vegas. Undrafted out of Legacy High, so you're a high school kid. I mean, a high school, but college kid. Then Drew Gray, first Bowman for the Cubs. We already pulled you, Drew. So you're going in the first pile. Max Meyer, we already talked about Max. There's another Christian Encarnacion Strand. I do want a chrome or a refractor. I'll take one of those. Yeah. Yohendrick Pinago, we already pulled you. Elmer Rodriguez Cruz, pitcher for the Red Sox. We pulled a bunch of him yesterday, chrome and refractor. And he was in the 4th round out of Puerto Rico. Then there's Ruben. We got a color. We got a color here. Ruben Ibarra, first baseman for the Reds. He's a first Bowman. I'll find out where he went in a second, but I'm going to pull the other ones because the blue, sky blue parallel might be cool. I don't know. Then there's Errol Vera. We already pulled you. Kai Bush, we already pulled you, but I'll show it to the camera because that's what I'm doing. I'm showing you all the firsts. Yeah. Helio Ramos, Carter Jensen, again for the Royals, catcher. Nick Gonzalez, the number 7 pick last year out of New Mexico. He's ended the year at high A. He's a guy he can flat out hit, and he hit like blazes last year at the end of the season. Kind of started slow, injuries and whatnot, but he's a guy who needs to get up to Pittsburgh sooner rather than later because with him being a college kid. Yeah, I hope that he gets fast tracked and he ends up starting the year in Double-A. Yeah, hopefully. Nick Gonzalez, prospect. And then there is Doug Nikhazy for the Indians, first Bowman, left-handed pitcher. It's kind of a cool looking card. And he was a second rounder out of Burlington, North Carolina, a college kid. Euquili Cespedes, the nephew of Yoenis Cespedes, his first Bowman was in 2021 base. It was an autograph. Noah Miller, first Bowman, shortstop for the Twins. Again, there's a lot of these guys I'm not going to know. I do prospect this stuff. He was a first rounder. Well, I should have known him out of high school. Noah Miller for the Twins. A lot of these guys I read about, and it's just that thing, it's the eternal thing, is like doing this, getting more product awareness, getting more card awareness, player awareness. It makes it where it's like, oh yeah, that. Yeah, it's a Rolodex, but it takes time to learn it. Ed Howard, who was the Cubs first round pick last year, he had an okay season at A-ball, but he's young. He's like 19 years old. Dalen Lyle, first Bowman outfielder for the Nationals, going into the first. But Dalen, tell me a story. You were in the second round at high school. There's Noel V. Marte, shortstop for the Mariners. He's a guy I do prospect big time. He was at high A. Actually, he ended the year at high A, but the guy, he was at low A, and he's a masher. He's definitely going to be the Mariners shortstop in about 2, maybe probably 3, but definitely 2 years at least. And there's our Ruben Ibarra. So our first paper blue is going to be a first. Oh, it's not Henry, is it? Edwin Arroyo, number 101 to 499. Shortstop for the Mariners, and I want to say he was a 4th rounder. I could be wrong. I was hoping Henry Ford. 2nd rounder out of Puerto Rico. So that's a little number to hit, if you will. Throw you kind of over here. Jose Torres for the Reds. We already talked about you, but here is your chrome version. Gavin Williams for the now Guardians, then in the Indians. His first Bowman, going in the first. And then Errol Vera, who we did pull a bit ago, but his prospect card for the Angels. Cooper Kinney, Tampa Bay second baseman. I want to say he was a 1st or 2nd rounder. Pulled him yesterday on a handful of cards of his. But first Bowman, Cooper, you are a 1st rounder out of high school, out of Georgia. Lovier Peguero for the Pirates. His first Bowman was technically 2021 base, but his first, with the actual first logo on it, was Bowman Chrome. Former Diamondback prospect, and was traded in the Sterling Marte deal a couple years back, but guys, he's one of the top prospects in baseball. Jaden Hill for the Rockies, pitcher, first Bowman for them. And then we have a future franchise. We'll just go to that. Boom. And Jaden Hill was a 2nd round pick out of college. Jackson Jobe, the number 1 pick for them, and Ty Madden. I don't know where Madden went, but I know Jackson Jobe was the number 3 overall pick for Detroit. That's going into the inserts. And then our Refractor is first. It's the Luke Murphy, out of Vanderbilt. First Bowman Refractor, 4th round for the Angels. And our other is not a first, Jose Salas. Jose Salas for the Marlins with the Refractor. His first Bowman was 2021 base. Yeah. So there's our first 3 packs of today. So it's been hit and miss. We did get 2 parallels. We got a sky blue parallel, and we got a really awesome orange pitcher. The same autograph. Same guy I got an autograph of yesterday. Okay, are you ready for pack number 4 of Bowman Draft? Let's get some more parallels, please, for the love of God. At least even me out. Packs, let's go. I don't know what to think anymore, for God's sakes. Peter Hubeck for the Dodgers. First Bowman. I already told you stories about him. No, I didn't. I just told you where he went. Eduardo Garcia, we already pulled you. Donta Williams, first for the Orioles. Again, I'll show you who Donta Williams is. He plays for the Orioles, eventually. Michael McGreevy, first Bowman for the Cardinals. He is not a name I'm aware of. So, Michael McGreevy, where were you drafted? Booyah! You were drafted in the first round out of San Clemente, so down south in the Orange County area. Michael McGreevy. Did not know that. Julio Carreras, shortstop for the Rockies with the prospect card. Isaac Pacheco for the Tigers, first Bowman for them. He was a third rounder and second round. Excuse me, he was second rounder, but he's got a good, strong bat. But Tigers have got some good young talent for them in general. So he'll be an interesting story too with Detroit, seeing how they develop with some of these guys. There's Elmer Rodriguez Cruz yet again for the Sox. Then another Ruben Ibarra for the Reds. I actually did not tell you where Ruben went because I had the sky blue behind it. And Ruben was a fourth rounder out of Santa Cruz. Micah Ottenbreit, first Bowman pitcher for the Phillies. Micah, you were in the fourth round out of Michigan, and you're a high school kid. Gunnar Hoglund, pitcher for the Blue Jays, their number 1 pick last year. He was probably around the late teens, early 20s, I think. Actually, I think it was early 20s. Gunnar Hoglund. He was 19th overall, college kid. And the Elvis Basabi for the Tampa Bay Rays with the prospect card. Chase Petty, who I pulled some inserts yesterday of him. He was number 26 overall out of New Jersey. First Bowman right here. Pitcher, if it's not obvious. Let's go to the back. Let's pull these guys up. Nick Gonzalez, we already talked about. Doug Nikhazy for the Indians. We already talked about you. Because I know with the whole foot thing over here, that's kind of what keeps me like, oh yeah, I got that guy. Garrett Mitchell, we already talked about you. Denzel Clark, first Bowman for the A's. Fourth round pick for them. But what's interesting with him is he's actually in their top 10 of their overall top 10 prospects. So Oakland knows how to develop. They just can't keep the guys because they can't pay them. But yeah, Denzel Clark, he's a sleeper, if you will, in my opinion. So yeah, going into the first. Then Pedro Pineda for the A's. His first Bowman was this season in the 2021 Bowman Chrome. He's one of their number 6 or 7 top prospect. There's Ty Madden for the Tigers. And I will tell you where Ty Madden went. Probably second, maybe third. Ty Madden, you were first rounder as well, the compensation pick out of Houston. Ty Madden. So compensation pick. So I know most of you do know this, but the thing with compensation picks is if a team signs a free agent, they get that other team's compensation pick. So, I mean, it'll be compensatory to them losing a player and not being able to get anything in return for them. So Ty Madden was one of those. Luis Matos for the Giants, one of their top prospects, and he's, I want to say, in the probably about 50th overall of top prospects in baseball. Braden Brosier for the Nationals, third round pick for them. That's all I can tell you. Sorry. Jordan Lawler, the number 6 overall pick in the draft this year, shortstop out of Texas, I believe. He's really high. I think he's like the number 1 prospect for Arizona right now, but he's a nice paper hit right there. Eric Silva for the Giants with the first Bowman. Eric Silva, he's a pitcher, if you couldn't tell. And Eric Silva, you, my friend, were a 4th rounder out of Baldwin Park. So, yeah, local boy. There's another Gavin Williams. We already got you, and we already told the story about where you went, where you're from. There's our Chase Petty. And our first is going to be Cody Morissette, shortstop for the Marlins. I do not know anything about Cody Morissette. He's first Bowman, though. So Cody Morissette, your story is 2nd round out of New Hampshire. College kid. Victor Mesa Jr., The guy's like been a prospect for like the last 3 years, and he's like 19. So yeah, there's still some time for this guy, but he's yeah, I don't prospect him per se, but I pay attention to him. So yeah, there's that. Matthew Nelson, first Bowman catcher for the Reds, going into the first pile as soon as I tell you where he's from and where he went. First rounder out of Florida, college kid. So Matthew Nelson. Eric Pena for the Royals. I don't know much about him, to be honest with you, but I know he's a prospect. That's because obviously it's a prospect card. First Bowman Chrome of Brady House. Nice. Again, the number 11th pick overall in the draft. Fluid shortstop. They're probably looking to replace Trey Turner with him, but we'll see. The guy he hit okay. And then our last first Bowman Chrome is going to be Dustin Saines, pitcher for the Nationals, first Bowman, and we did pull him a bit ago, so back-to-back Nats. Then we did get another talent future franchise with Benny Montgomery and Jaden Hill. Benny was their number 1 overall pick, and obviously Jaden Hill is our second pick, because I just found out. Benny Montgomery I do like, though I am high on. And then our Refractor, it's a Yankee, and it is that Vargas? Yep, it's Alexander Vargas for the Yankees with the Refractor. And again, the Refractors on these are not numbered. They're just base Refractors, if you want to call them, whatever that is. And our next Chrome Refractor, a first of Bubba Chandler. I've heard of him, but I don't know anything about him. Bubba Chandler, first Refractor, and he was in the 3rd round out of Georgia, and he's a high school kid. Bubba Chandler, going into the Refractor pile. We got 2 packs left of this anomaly, of whatever. Pack number 5, Bowman Draft 2021. Packs. Let's go. I'd love to get a 4th auto, like a mistake auto. I'd love one. Well, I do got a blue, something, sky blue, whatever. I don't know. Ethan Wilson, outfielder, first Bowman pitch for the Phillies. And Ethan, come on down. Where are you from? He's from Alabama. 2nd round pick by the Phillies. Victor Mesa, we already talked about you. Mason Miller, first Bowman, show it to you. We pulled your Chrome a bit ago, but I'll show it to you anyway. Mason Miller. Asa Lacy, Tyler Madison, first Bowman for the Tigers. I may have pulled him a bit ago. I don't remember because I pulled like 9,000 cards. But Tyler Madison, I'll tell you anyway. You were 4th round out of New York, college kid. Jackson Jobe, first Bowman for the Tigers, the number 3 overall pick this year. First pitcher drafted this year. And the guys, I think they're going to let him develop. And that's the whole thing with him. Let him develop and let him do his thing. So, yeah, Tigers. I'm not a Tiger fan, but I will tell you the Tigers are going to be scary good in a couple of years. Yeah. Going into the first pile. Ian Moeller, catcher, first Bowman for the Rangers. Got him yesterday. I probably got half of these guys yesterday. And he was in the 4th round out of Dubuque, Iowa. Finally, Harry Ford, a guy I was hoping to pull earlier. Harry Ford, first pick for the Mariners. I want to say number 12 overall, maybe a little higher. But he's interesting, and he's like, if any of you remember Craig Biggio, he's a catcher, but he's an athlete. So he's catcher and he's good, but they might move him to second base to bring up, or center field or whatever. But that's one thing about Harry Ford. He's definitely a catcher, but it can be a utility guy if needed. Overall, he was, number 12 overall, high school kid out of Georgia. Yaro Pomaris, outfielder for the Giants. He's one of their top prospects. His first Bowman was in Bowman base, autograph only. Ryan Webb, first Bowman for the Indians. He's a left-handed pitcher, if you couldn't tell. And he was out of Georgia. Milkar Perez, third baseman for the Mariners, prospect. Now, his first Bowman was 2021 Bowman Chrome. And he's one of their, I think he's like number 12 or 13 in the organization. We do have a blue, so let's go to the back here. We'll surprise ourselves with another Cody Morissette. First Bowman for the Marlins. Jeter Downs. He will be in the big leagues this season. That's probably one reason why they didn't sign Javi Baez. They're like, why? We've got Jeter Downs coming up. He's been a prospect. He was originally a Red, traded to the Dodgers. Dodgers traded him for Mookie. Yeah, he's going to be a really nice piece once he gets up there. Saw him in the Arizona Fall League this year. Robert Gasser, first Bowman for the Padres. And Robert, I don't know anything about him, but I will tell you that he was a second rounder out of El Dorado Hills. Hedbert Perez, outfielder for the Brewers. He's one of their top 5 prospects. I think he's like number 1 actually, which is crazy. But I know that he's definitely one of their top for the Brewers. Matt Mikulski for the Giants, first Bowman. I think he was a second rounder, Matt Mikulski, and he's like totally like a dominant pitcher too. Yeah, second rounder, 124 strikeouts and 68 innings pitched. Good God, pitched at Fordham. But dude, I remember reading something about it. He was just a beast on the bump. Austin Hendrick, outfielder. His first Bowman was 2020 draft last year for the Reds. Cooper Bowman, what a great friggin' baseball name. First Bowman for the Yankees. And Cooper Bowman, where are you from? Cooper Bowman, you are from the 4th round out of South Dakota. Way to represent there. Tyler McDonough, first Bowman for the Red Sox. Second baseman, I want to say he was a second rounder for the Sox. And was he? Well, Craig, you are wrong. 3rd round. There's Brennan Davis, outfielder for the Cubs. Prospect card, 2018 Bowman draft was his first card. He's going to make the major leagues this year. Very strong chance out of spring training, depending on what signings they do after the lockout. But he's legit. Future Stars MVP, and the guy is a solid hitter. Hey, we got Bubba Chandler, base. Yay. I already got your chrome. Your refractor. Julio. Do I need to say anything else? No, I shouldn't, because if you don't know who Julio Rodriguez is, then you need to read up and Google the dude. Yeah. And then our blue is going to be prospect Lovier Peguero. I'll take Lovier there. 150 to 150. So a nice little bookend there. I'll take it. I do prospect Lovier, so I gladly take that. That's a nice little, not a first, but it's a card I do like. And that's kind of important right now. Our next card is going to be our first chrome of Frank Mazzucato, first for the Royals. We already pulled you, but that's what your chrome card looks like, Frank. Luke Murphy out of Vanderbilt. We already pulled you as well, but that's your chrome. Will Bednar for the Giants. I'm pretty sure we already pulled you, so I'm not going to tell you a damn thing about Will. Yeah. And then Relvis Martinez, prospect card, and Craig, I prospect him. And then we have ourselves Alex Benelis, first Bowman for the Brewers. He was drafted last year, obviously. I want to say 3rd rounder, but traded to the Red Sox in the Jackie Bradley deal. So he's now a Sox, if you did not know. Going into the first, and let's go to the back. We have our blue. We have our Genesis here of Marcelo Meyer. So I've done well on the Marcelo Meyer inserts. Again, I already said the story about him, number 4 overall pick. A lot of people were projecting him to go number 1. It was kind of that, will he sign for X amount of dollars? Because he did have a pretty, I don't remember what college he was committed to, but I know it was a strong one. So Marcelo going into the Marcelo Meyer pile, which is over here with the other inserts, which is a jumbled mess. Alexander Ramirez with the refractor for the Angels. Prospect card. And our first Bowman refractor is Tampa Ray's Cooper Kinney, the 2nd round pick, middle infielder for them. That is our last refractor. But then we do have our blue, and it is a first, or sky blue. Oh, nice. I will take Aaron Zavala. Sky blue, not numbered or anything. But it's a sky blue refractor. Again, I will take that because I do think the guy is going to be a solid hitter in the big leagues. So Aaron Zavala right there going into. So we had some. That was probably the best pack outside of an autograph. But we got one left. One more pack. This box, you're done. Although I do keep all my boxes. Sounds pathetic. These are all full, but I do have like 3 boxes of these just all broken down of all the blasters, megas, hangers, crap like that. It's pathetic. You ready for the last pack? Last pack mojo, last pack letdown. Let's find out. Ripping packs, pack number 6, or in the end, pack number 12. Let's go. Last pack letdown. No color, no nothing. Michael McGreevy, first for the Cardinals. I just found out he was a first-round pick out of San Clemente. That's right. Go, Michael, go. Going in the first. Julio Carreras, we already pulled you. Isaac Pacheco for the Tigers, we already talked about you. We already pulled you, but there's his first Bowman again for posterity. Brett Beatty, we haven't pulled you at all. He's one of the top prospects for the Mets. Saw him play at the Arizona Fall League. He'll probably start the year at AA, but he's about a year and a half, maybe, away from New York. Maybe one reason why they haven't made any big moves at third base, because he's definitely the third base of the future for them. McKay Brown, I'm tired of you. Dude, I'm tired of you, McKay Brown. There's your first Bowman. I'm tired of you, dude. I got your autograph, an awesome one, awesome lava. I got your orange. I'm done with you, McCabe. Go to hell. CJ Abrams with the prospect card for the Padres going into the prospect pile. One of the top prospects in baseball, missed with an MCL tear or sprain, I can't remember what it was, but was a AA, the youngest guy at AA this year, so he still has time to develop properly. He'll be up soon enough. Micah Ottenbreit for the Phillies. We already pulled you, and I know we did yesterday, but it doesn't matter, he's a pitcher. Gunnar Hoglund, we already pulled you as well. You're going to go into the first Bowman pile, and you were the first rounder for them. Selvis Basabe, we already saw you. Chase Petty, first Bowman, we already saw you a bit ago, but you're going to go into the first paper pile with your friends. Po Yu Chen, do not know this guy. For the Pirates, he's a pitcher, and I'm assuming he was in Bowman Chrome, maybe? I don't know, because I've never heard of him. And Dominic Hamill, pitcher for the Mets with the first Bowman. I'll tell you where he's at, but then I'm going to get into the Chromes, and I want to wait on that. Garrett Mitchell, we already talked about Garrett. Denzel Clark, show you again, but we already talked about Denzel. Kind of a sleeper, if you will, at least as of right now, a sleeper in the set. Pedro Pineda, Ty Madden for the Tigers, first Bowman, number one compensatory pick. Robert Poston, haven't pulled you at all. Played full season at Stockton, A-ball. He's like just turned 19, so yeah. And he's made some errors, but he's hitting the ball okay. Andrew Abbott, Reds left-handed pitcher, first Bowman. Andrew Abbott. Sounds like a pitcher anyway. And where are you from? He's a 6-foot boy, college kid out of the second round for the Reds. He went to college at Virginia. Adrian Del Castillo for the Diamondbacks, a first Bowman for them, catcher, and I want to say he was a second rounder because I pulled him yesterday. Second rounder out of Miami, a college kid. Then Reginald Picardero, I don't think we pulled him yet, but I'll show you in a way. Prospect. His first Bowman was Bowman Chrome from this year. Matthew Nelson, we just pulled your Chrome a bit ago, but there is your base. Their first round pick for the Reds, right? First round? First round? Yeah, first round. College kid. Wilman Diaz, shortstop for the Dodgers. His first Bowman was 2021 Chrome. I don't know where he's at in our organization, but I will say Wilman Diaz, him and Luis Rodriguez, there's a lot of international signee guys that they've just done a great job prospecting. Going to the prospect pile. Jackson Merrill, there's a guy I'm not prospecting yet, but I do like. I saw some footage of him at Perfect Game, high school kid, and he just looks fluid out there. As a shortstop, so the question is, will he be a shortstop if he gets up to the bigs? Who knows, but he's first round pick for the Padres, and they know how to draft and develop. Okay, so our first Chrome is going to be Brandon Davis. And Dominic Castle, if you really cared, was a third round pick out of college. That's from like a long time ago because I went like 16 cards later. Brandon Davis, we already pulled you, but there is your Chrome prospect card for the Cubbies. Jeter Downs, same story. That's your Chrome prospect for the Red Sox. Brooks Goswin, pitcher, first Bowman for the White Sox. Pulled him yesterday, and Brooks was a college kid in the fourth round. Why am I putting those guys there? You do not belong in that pile, Chromers. Jay Allen, there's our first Bowman Chrome hit right now, this pack. He was a first rounder, 30th overall. The guy is, a lot of people are prospecting him, so just a heads up. But people are like, oh, they weren't like number 1 through 10. Like, this guy's a late bloomer, but he's a first rounder still. So yeah, he's a big one in the prospecting community right now. Christian Hernandez, there's a prospect chrome for the Cubs. First Bowman of Jordan Villar's first Bowman chrome. We pulled a handful of him yesterday, and he's a sleeper third rounder. He was 17 when he got drafted, and I think he just turned 18. And he hit the ball pretty well in rookie league, Florida. So yeah, he's definitely has a chance to develop properly and soon. And then Garrett Mitchell, here is your chrome. Garrett, you like it? Good. Well, it's going into the chrome prospect pile. That's it. Refractors. First, it's a first pitcher. And way to end it, Craig. Will Bednar with the refractor for the Giants. And the last one's not going to be a first. It's going to be Selvis Basabi for the Rays with the refractor prospect card. So there you go. Part 2 of the Bowman Draft Jumbo. I was hoping maybe we get a sneak-in autograph or something like that, and we didn't. We got some... Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. This box sucked. It really frigging sucked. Henry Ford was one guy I'm like, I'd like to get some cards. I got one paper of him. I did do okay on HDavis overall. I think I pulled like 2 or 3 chrome, 1 refractor, a handful of paper. So I did well. Jordan Villar's, Aaron Zavala. I did pull some good cards of them. So I do like that. Lonnie White would have been another guy I would have liked to got a couple more cards of. Yeah, but in the end, the autographs killed it. The 3 pitcher autographs really freaking killed it. And then getting the orange parallel, a really nice numbered parallel, and it's the same damn guy I got the autograph of. A pitcher for the Rockies. 4th rounder. Not cool. Not cool. So what are our hits? Well, I begrudgingly will show you this hit. McKay Brown, that is the Colorado Rockies 4th round pitcher. 4th round? 3rd round. Whatever. Numbered 1 of 25. Cooper Kenny was a nice refractor hit right there for the Rays, a 2nd pick for them. Refractor hit, cool. Luke Murphy, I know it's a pitcher thing, but there's something about this guy. He's a pitcher. There's something about the game. I like it. Aaron Zavala is kind of the hit of the day. There's our refractor for Zavala right there. Yeah. And I don't really know much about Kyle Manzardo, but cool. The Aaron Zavala Sky Blue, it's a little off-centered there, but the Sky Blue refractor of him, that's a cool little hit. For the base, the Lovio Peguero, 150 to 150 blue, that's pretty cool. Again, not a first, but I do prospect him, so that's a nice hit. We did get our 2 Marcelo Myers, our draft day, and our Genesis. So yeah, he's gonna be a little bit bigger than the Blaze Jordan thing just because he was a 1st round pick. Yeah, Edwin Arroyo, first Bowman with the sky blue paper, number to 499. So yeah, and then a bunch of chrome and a bunch of paper, and yeah. So there you go. I mentioned it yesterday, and the whole thing with any Bowman is I may have a sour attitude and be pissed off about some of this stuff, like many of you out there at the moment. In 2 or 3 years, I may be going, what the hell was I thinking? That guy's awesome. Or, man, that guy, he just didn't develop properly. And that's the whole thing with Bowman, is you just buy it, sleeve it, stash it. You just kind of move on. And that's the one thing, especially with Bowman draft, is some of these guys may never develop into the player that the team drafted. I said it yesterday, great comparison. Number 1 overall, HDavis. Back in 94, 95. Number 2 overall, Ben Davis. Not related. They're both catchers. Ben Davis had a barely, if you want to call it, quality major league career. The guy played like 7 or 8 seasons. He was pretty much a backup catcher. And he was a number 2 overall pick. So that's the thing to really consider, is who these guys are versus who they become is always just insurmountable. How much that can change once they get into an organization, or once injuries happen, or once life happens to a lot of these guys. So there you go. Bowman Draft 2021 Jumbo. The only one I'm going to open. I do have some lights. We're going to do a light box tomorrow. That's going to be a little bit less of a pain, if you will, because I didn't drop a ton of money on it. Yeah. But subscribe if you like. Yeah. Notification bell, whatever. Leave a comment. Is there anybody out here, and I've asked this before, that you're prospecting, and I know you just watched my rip. Is there anybody you're like, oh, I'm going to do a little research on him myself. Let me know. And maybe we can chat. I don't know. I mean, honestly, I'm probably, we're all in the same boat on that. And follow me on all these little things here. So come back tomorrow, and we're going to open Bowman Chrome Light. It'll be a much looser rip and lower expectations. Yeah. So thank you again for watching Ripping Packs, and I will see you tomorrow. Until then, always rip some packs.